Amigos de Data Evolution, y seguimos aquí celebrando los 35 años y seguimos en Tinley Park. Estamos con Jeff Paliga, que es el director de negocios y desarrollo de negocios en Panduit a nivel global. Es un placer estar con él. Jeff, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. And can you explain us a little bit what are the key trends that you see in the market for Panduit right now? ¿Cuáles son las principales tendencias y de negocio que están dando en la parte de inteligencia artificial, mainly in artificial intelligence?
Yep, sure, thanks, Ray. So absolutely, a lot going on in the data center market, but specifically for AI, we're seeing a lot of emphasis on re-architecting your facility, whether it's the power, space, cooling, energy efficiency, the connectivity. One of the things we see top of mind is the cooling market and what's changing there. So traditional data centers ran on air-cooled, and they still will for a long time. But as the kWs per cabinet grow from 7, 10, 50 to 120 to 200 kilowatts, liquid cooling is going to come into play. So today, the market is mostly air cooling, as you can see here, what we call in-row and rack, with some liquid cooling like rear door heat exchangers and direct to the chip. That's kind of the market today for cooling. What we see shifting in the next 9 to 10 years is a big shift where air cooling is a lot smaller, still viable, but you're going to see more liquid cooling solutions like direct to the chip be the majority of the market as we go forward. So bringing water into the data center is something people don't really want to do or have to do. Today, they are going to have to do that just to keep up with the trends.
That's true, that's true. So, vemos que aquí cómo se va cambiando la tendencia de, hemos usado para enfriar data centers aire, y hoy en día lo que vamos a empezar a ver en los próximos años, cómo se va a migrar gracias a la llegada de la inteligencia artificial, como bien menciona, para el crecimiento en kilowatts que se da por rack, que no veíamos. We haven't seen that before in the whole industry, right?
Right, correct. Okay. And what we like to do is see where, as I said, all the cooling solutions are going to be viable, even air for a long time. But you can see as technology advances, right, and mainly the rack density, the kilowatts going from 10, 25, 50, 100, and beyond. At one point, right around 50 kilowatts is when you're going to see liquid cooling come into the data center, whether it's rear door, active or combination, or it could be direct to the chip. In some cases, for the big hyperscales, big clusters, supercomputing, is going to be a technology immersion cooling. This will be very niche, very efficient, very expensive, but we see that the transition is really happening here from air to liquid.
Sí, y lo vemos aquí como ha ido avanzando derivado de lo que requieren algunos data centers y cómo estas tecnologías de enfriamiento pues se van moviendo de acuerdo a lo que explica Jeff y que llegaremos probablemente muy pronto hasta los 100 kilowatts por un rack, que es una cantidad impresionante de consumo eléctrico que veremos y que hay que pensar en los rediseños, por eso nuevas tecnologías. That's the reason why we have new trends and new technologies coming for cooling, right?
Absolutely, have to keep up with the trends. And so when we kind of look, so today a lot of the headlines around hyperscale or artificial intelligence, I should say, are building out the training centers, the large compute centers, large language model facilities. That's what's happening today. But what you're going to see is a lot on transferring over to inference. That's when these big centers are built. Inference is thinking about the applications distributed, AI applications, so they might not be the 1,000 cabinets you see today in the large language model, but it'll be things on an on-prem and enterprise. You might see one cabinet or two cabinets. Those could be 50 to 100, 120 kilowatts per cabinet as you start putting AI infrastructure out into the market. So there's a little bit of a build out, and then it's going to kind of push to an on-premise enterprise model for end users too.
Así es, y no es solo para los hiperescaladores como se piensa, que son estos grandes data centers que tienen mucha demanda a nivel global con sus soluciones, sino también, pues hoy en día ya lo vamos a ver en hospitales, en ciertas industrias como la automotriz, etcétera, y pues como aquí dice Baron Fong, vienen tiempos muy interesantes en el futuro.
And so, in keeping up with the AI, right? So Panduit has really responded quite well with this, with our product sets and solutions, but we've also raised a lot of awareness of what that means. So when you think about deploying AI, you know, it's very attention-getting, but what does it mean every day when you deploy infrastructure? So we've built out a large set of assets for our customers and partners to go in, learn about artificial intelligence, figure out what's required, what it really means, you know, what are the steps to get there. There's training modules, there's selection guides on actually how to do this the most efficient, cost-efficient way to be successful with AI deployment. So Panduit's very active in the industry with the technology leaders, as well as bringing solutions to the market that our customers can use.
Entonces, un fabricante como Panduit ya se está preparando con mucha información que verán próximamente en sus plataformas de inteligencia artificial y alianzas que se están realizando. What are the main recommendations that you see for artificial intelligence? ¿Y qué ves como principales recomendaciones para under consideration?
It's a great question because it will change. No matter how big or small your data center is, it's going to change. So really looking at things like starting with the cabinet, right? Maybe a little bit wider cabinet, a little bit deeper cabinet, because as you bring in liquid cooling, you need space back there for the refrigerant to come in, the liquid to come in. Also, you need access for your PDUs, which, by the way, we're seeing a growing interest moving to 100 amp PDUs and above to get inside there. We're seeing a lot of base 8 being deployed for fiber connectivity, so you can move from 100 gig, 400 gig to 800 gig. So there's a lot to consider, and that's all being done in one cabinet, right? So think of one cabinet as big as some data centers used to be. So looking at the space, the power, the cooling, connectivity, those are all things that are actually changing for AI deployments today and in the next several years.
Awesome. Muy bien, pues muchas gracias. Thank you, Jeff. Gracias a todos y seguimos aquí con Panduit en sus 35 años.